a lot of people are talking about reparations. Mind you, I don't include in those reparations. If it's just giving out money because my family was born in Haiti, mind you, the reparations from France, you know what I mean? We're not gonna go in details with that, but the reparations we should be giving reparation, but not in the money sense, like giving us cash, like stimulus checks. Reparation as in helping us with businesses, helping us change the economy, because a lot of us get prejudged before we even, and we get prejudged from our own people as well too, because we follow the perceptions of the media, and the media portray us so horribly that it influences young kids, it influences other people thinking that we're horrible as well. The media needs to watch what they say about anyone, either white, black, Puerto Rican, Asian, doesn't matter what it is. When I mean Latino, sorry. It's a song that I'm so used to saying that. Missy Elliott, shout out to Missy Elliott. But it shouldn't matter what your race or your color is. It should matter the person you are. But that's not how the world is, and it sucks. And is it gonna happen in a year? No. Is it gonna happen in a decade? No. But it will get better every single year. It will get better every single decade. It will get better until we get equality really. But now we want equity. Now it's like equity, and it's like, it sucks because some people, when you accuse them of so much, they're gonna show you that you're like, certain people, if you keep treating them like they're a thief, they're gonna end up being a thief, and that's some. And I just want us to get treated better. I love my people, and apparently the world loves our people too, because the culture, y'all still our culture all the time. If you love us so much, then protect us, because you know how they treat us is just horrible. And I don't mean they as in cops, I meant, I guess, white supremacy as well, because if you go in our age, the KKK, you know what I mean, is a terrorist group. They will terrorize people. Black Panther wasn't there to attack cops. It just seems like that because majority of KKK is from the cops or built from the cops. Come on. The cops were built because of, to watch, I forgot the word, I'm trying to word it correctly, but to pretty much stop slaves from freeing themselves. That's how cops were built. And then they end up making rules and stuff like that. But when we form a group to protect us, we get attacked. But the KKK has been, they had their own march in Virginia. Think about that. I'm so, like, you know what I mean? It's a hate group. It's a legitly hate group. And nobody has done anything about it. That's a problem. That's a problem. And I don't, like, you know what I mean? And I work with a racist person. And he makes me feel uncomfortable. He legitimately makes me uncomfortable. But he's never rude to me. He's never disrespectful to me. He knows better. But when I'm around him, I want to cringe. I feel uncomfortable. I mean, there's people who I don't like over there. I'd rather hang out with them than him, because he makes me feel uncomfortable. And the problem is, he doesn't do anything bad to me, so it's like I don't have an issue with him right now. But it's just like it's like America's not comprehending. Like, we have a hate group. A KKK is a fucking hate group. Sorry for my language, but it's a legitly hate group that's been protected for years and years and years. And then we don't understand the concept that, no, there's people that's hating on us for no reason, just because of the color of our skin. And it sucks. And then you have, and some of them are controlling the media, some of them are controlling the media, some of them has wealth. Come on. And I hate the whole story just because you have black friends. I mean, I'm not racist. Have you watched the Tyler Perry movies? Shows, I mean? There's one with, I think it's The Haves and the Haves Not, where Italian guy, he's in love with this girl, but he's a racist motherfucker, but he's in love with this girl, she's black, whatever, and he's causing her hell, mayhem, like she can't date no other person. It's like a whole drama. I can't wait for the next season. Nevertheless, just because you're in love with one black person doesn't mean you're not a racist. Or just because you have one black friend doesn't mean you're not. Sometimes you feel like you're not, but your actions are, your ways are. And I'm not gonna lie, some people do make mistakes, but we need to be accountable for our mistakes. If I make them, trust me, if I make it, or any black person makes one mistake, everyone treated it as like it's World War III. And that's the world we live in, and it sucks. But if a white person make a mistake, they try to cover it. Oh, it's okay, da da da. It's like we just want equality. Like, treat us the same way, because it's not like you allowed to make mistakes. You guys allowed to make mistakes, but we're not allowed to make mistakes. And about this whole video, I know I felt like I was going all the way around. So please, I hope you guys do understand what I'm trying to say. It's just like equality. I think more people need to understand our culture, understand who we are. And I remember, I was talking to my therapist earlier today, and I was like, being me saved my life because I was pulled over, high as hell. I'm not gonna lie. I was stoned out of my mind, and my partner was driving, and my partner's friend was in the back seat. And when we got pulled over, when I'm high, I'm completely myself. So either the ADD comes in or whatever. It's just like it's like exactly. I live in the moment, so exactly how I am is exactly how it's gonna come out. It is what it is. I don't know what's gonna come out when I'm high. I'm sorry. That's why I don't smoke like that. Like I smoke once in a blue moon. But the cop pulled us over. I still don't know why. His excuse was, he had two different excuses. His excuse was like we were waiting, and I was like, well, we just pulled up in front of my friend's house to drop him off. It was somewhere in Queens. But he made an excuse that I was like, huh? Like, it didn't make sense to me, but I was high. But I was like, let him continue. Let him give us the ticket, whatever we were doing. Because I wanted to go home, go home with my partner, do something. You know what I mean? But he pulled us over. And then he told us to get out the car. And I was like, why? And then it was my vehicle. And I saw the cop put his head in with flashlight. I was like, excuse me. Forgot I was black at the moment, but I'm glad. I was like, excuse me, what are you doing? Like, we're looking through my car. You stopped us for a reason you haven't told us what's the reason. And they saw my license, and it's out East Long Island. And long story short, he knew one person, an athlete that went to my school. Mind you, he had the information wrong. And me being high and not looking like, okay, I'm talking to a cop. I talked to him, I was talking to another person. So I was telling him like, dude, you're wrong. That person is not even, no, they don't go to that college, they go to this college. They was a dumbass because they was in my class. You know what I mean? Even though they was 2 years older than me, they was in my class. So I was talking to him like an actual person that was wrong, and I was trying to correct him, not mind you paying attention that there's a bunch of cops just pulled up and surrounding us. You know what I mean? For 3 individuals. Mind you, and the concept wasn't because I was high and I had tunnel vision. So I was like, okay, like, you know what I mean? But not paying attention, having tunnel vision, not paying attention, like there's a bunch of cops. That's intimidating. But if I wasn't high, the whole thing would have went left because I would have questioned so much more than I did and I have. Another cop asked one of my partner's friend a question that seemed ordinary. So I asked him, why'd you ask him that question? That has nothing to do with why you pulled us over. You know what I mean? And then they end up putting me back in the car. They was like, you're free. You could go in your car. Mind you, my partner and my partner's friend was waiting outside, and they had a conversation with them, and I act dumb because he came to me, explain, mind you, a cop never explains himself. All the years I was living, a cop never explained. He came to me, he was like, the only reason we stopped you is because there was gunshots around you, but the first thing you told me is because we were Elbow Park, but you told us to pull over and we was dropping off a friend. But I digress. And I told him, he was like, there were shots around. I mean, there was shots around and something. I forgot the word he used. And I was like, you mean like fireworks? Because I definitely did not. It was in the summer and I definitely did not hear gunshots. And mind you, it was around the neighborhood. But whatever. So that's the excuse he lives, and I act dumb. You know what I mean? Because it didn't make sense. When I act dumb, that means it doesn't make sense, and I'm trying to believe you. There you go. So when I act dumb, it's because I'm trying to believe you, but it doesn't make sense. And they let us go. They didn't give us no ticket, no nothing. They let us go. And I'm telling my therapist, and I was like, if it went one way, it would have went. If I wasn't high, or if I was in a moment, and if I wasn't seeing actually what they would do, it would have went a complete opposite. And my therapist is like, we had this multiple conversation before, and it's like, before you speak, you get treated a certain way. I was like, yeah. And then once you speak, when they see a certain type of intellect, a certain type of confidence, a certain type of like you're somebody, that's when they fall back. That's when they watch what they say. That's when they act correct. And I was like, yes. And it sucks because sometimes I just keep quiet just to keep watching because I want to see what they will say, what they would do. And it sucks that I'm automatically judged before I can even speak. I'm automatically judged, and I'm not even doing anything. I think I'm just living. I've learned to live and not survive. And this is the world we live in, and we shouldn't get used to that. We shouldn't, because that's how our ancestors, and when I mean ancestors, like past generations, not our ancestors who fought for us. I'm talking about ancestors like family members who was in the cause, but understand. They teaching us how to survive. Yes, I understand it's good to survive, and they teaching us how to come home at night, to make sure we come home. But we shouldn't be living in a society that we have to learn to survive and to come home at night. We shouldn't. We were first taught to survive than to live. Some of us don't even know how to live. We feel anxiety. We feel something's up. And then when we see another black person who acts like themselves, acts like this, we see something is up. And it's like, because we don't give us the permission to be ourselves. Because the world doesn't give us permission to be ourselves. And I guess this is what I'm fighting for.